Hey Keith, how's the ankle? Looked like that was what you got worked on after turning it in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's gonna be evaluated tomorrow. Keep treatment on it, and then I'll get ready for the game tomorrow.
Keith,
What
can
you
you
see?
talk a little? Can you talk a little bit more into the mic so we can hear?
No, T.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yes, I can hear you good now. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mike.
Markieff, what did you see as the biggest difference tonight in the game, and what was kind of the post-game consensus there in the locker room?
Um, we turned the ball over there. More turnovers than assists. You really never win like that. I think we could have made a couple different adjustments. With just Julius Randle was just shooting all the shots. He made 4 threes. It's a good team, man. They keep coming. They're a physical team. Julius Randle is a great player. He had them young guys playing well tonight, and he just got us.
You were one of the few Lakers to have a pretty efficient offensive night tonight, 7 for 11. Just wondered, Keith, has playing more minutes in the starting role the last month and change, has that helped you find a rhythm to an extent and kind of knowing where you're going to get your shots from?
For sure. I wouldn't even just say like a starter role, just like a consistent role. Just knowing like how it's gonna go every game. Picking my spots. It's just the same thing, man. I've been a starter for 9 years. I started last year in Detroit before I got here, so it's normal. Once you get your feet under you, and you get that consistency. That's what the league is about.
Dan.
Hey Keith, you guys have been a really high turnover team all season, and obviously in the playoffs, like that's the type of thing that can come back and bite you. How important is it that you guys get this ship righted on that part of it here in these next 20 some games, or do you think just kind of the stakes in the playoffs in itself will help guys focus in and maybe that'll fix it in itself?
Um, we've been dealing with a lot of ups and downs this season, man. Some games, Dennis might be the primary ball handler. Some games AC. Some games we need KCP to make plays. It just goes all the way around, man. Some games, maybe we just all of us as a collective group have to be better at taking care of the ball. Obviously, we don't have Brian that led the league in assists last year to make plays for us. So that's going to be more magnified. And I think if we just if we change that, we could definitely be a lot better right now.
Sorry, Kyle.
Hey Keith, without since we're not in the locker room, obviously, it just kind of seems like maybe based on the body language toward the end of the game and some of the interviews we've done already that this loss is more frustrating than some of the losses that you guys have had recently. Is there anything in particular that you think makes this one sting a little more? Is it the turnovers or something else?
No, I wouldn't say that, man. We just don't like to lose, man. We had a goal to try to win 2 here. We just got a lot of guys who just don't like to lose, man. I'm one of them. We just, we trying hard. We hate when we lose when we can, control the controllables. And this was definitely one of those games. Losing to a team that made 4 3-pointers all game. We usually blow teams like that out. So that was more so of what affected us, I think.
Last question, Jordan.
Hey, what's up, Keith?
What's up, bro?
Well, one, I wanted to say that you've been shooting the ball extremely well. Keep it up. Two, just an off-topic question. I remember in the gym, you were in the gym, and you talked about just DMX, just the passing to him. You kind of put me on game with him. I know you're a big fan of his. Can you just talk about, what he means to your culture, to you and, just the passing of him and what you want to say about
It means a lot, man. I was telling a story like how I was introduced to DMX. It's raw. I could tell y'all, like my stepdad was on drugs when I was younger, and I was like 4 or 5, and he used to play DMX loud as hell in the car. At 4 or 5 with those explicit words he was using, it was crazy. So ever since then, I've used his music to get me amped up for games, man. And being growing up in the '90s, man, he was everything to us. It was him, Jay-Z, Nas, and those guys. So man. It was just a big loss for our culture, man. He was the voice for us, one of the voices for us.